Hey, I'm gonna take a nap. Just tell me when you're ready for the reveal. I'm just gonna close my eyes and wait for the caffeine to kick in.
What do we think?
Oh, there we go. What?
Look at the tail.
Vaporeon? No, that. Yeah. Oh, you're Vaporeon. Oh, look at that. There's. I'm trying to process this right now. So, hey guys, should I do the meme? Should I do
chat because I don't know what anyone is saying.
That's very pretty. Should I do the meme, everybody? W's in chat if I should do the meme. Pokegagam, cash cow for 2 months. CD, stand up now. You guys are stupid.
Okay.
Look, see? It's this is not.
So yeah, we're back with some tech talk stuff. Good old tech talk, my favorite morning show to keep me going. They mostly did this whole Pokemon like cosplay thing, get up. I didn't really mind it too much at all, but the whole report. I think before anybody asked what the whole thing with Vaporeon, I don't know how long ago it was, but there's sort of this whole meme about Vaporeon. And a lot of people had the weird sexualization of Vaporeon. It's just a weird thing. It's so out there that I think like C. Ron knows what it is, and he could probably agree with me. Yeah, it's kind of weird. I mean, to be fair, the whole Pokemon fandom in itself is quite weird. I think sometimes it's just borderline on furry. But even so, as somebody who does enjoy Pokemon quite a bit, I actually enjoyed this very much so. Alright, this whole Pokemon getup was pretty cute for the most part.
Look at you and that black magic turning women into trophies. Good for you, Billy. Alright, well, let's
So, and then there's one more. Okay. And this is what they had to say about us.
Collars in abundance, alright? So, like, if we take out Queens, they've got shot collars and pies for days.
Dude, we could take Queens.
TikTok has awkwardness and toasters.
Now I don't get what toaster. Like I don't understand that.
We don't have.
Jinjo's the one that has the toaster.
I'll explain it.
No. See, basically,
Coppercab fucked his toaster.
I know, but Ginger gets his toasters from TikTok. Oh, it's an export. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. We don't have toasters anymore. We had a toaster and Glammy beat the crap out of it. So. We don't have a toaster anymore. Also, local updates. You don't have to keep saying the same thing over and over again. We see you. Yeah, We're just ignoring you. I was on camera in a bed with Glammy, Rastov, and Boogie. We all saw it. We all know. Just chill, would you?
So then the NDF decided to talk about us, and for some reason that clip isn't on here, which I put it on here last night, so I'm a little confused about that. I might have not put it on, I guess.
The NDF always talks about Tech Talk. They always want to take shots at Tech Talk first.
So I don't have that clip. But it's tiring. NDF talked about us, right? And they brought it up. And then Buff had a few choice words. Buff has had quite a few choice words from me, y'all. I'm starting to feel some sort of way about it. I'm not gonna lie. I thought we were chill. I thought we were cool. But I'm not so sure anymore. I'm really not so sure anymore.
Why is that?
I genuinely, I don't know, like the way that he's talking about me in this whole situation with us, it just feels targeted. Like it doesn't feel like he's just speaking for the people. It feels like he's like genuinely speaking for himself. Like he's really hating. And so I've been saying that, Buff, your time is coming. I'm coming for you, dog.
How am I supposed to take that to mean? You're coming for him in what way?
Shut up and listen.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
Buff, You know what? Let me tell y'all a little about Buff, okay? Buff is the type of guy that walks in the room like he's the main event, okay? Really, he's just the background noise with delusions of relevance, okay? So, Buff. Puppy dog. This one's for you. I wrote this down. So if you see me reading, I am reading because I was like really pissed off. So I wrote down all my feelings. Dear Buff, do me a favor and stop gurgling CD's balls. Okay? Just for a couple of minutes while I read the fuck out of you. You've got the swagger of a guy who peaked in middle school and never quite recovered. I mean, you think Riz is just yelling louder, and every time you open your mouth, it's like watching a TED Talk on how to waste oxygen. Now don't get...
I didn't realize there was small little beef between Nerd and Tech Talk. And to make sense, I think it makes sense since CD-ROM is seen as an easy target to be made fun of. In terms of Buff getting his karma, whatever, I don't really see that happening. I think what it is I think Buff knows how things work in the LCU and how certain things operate. So I think to him, it's like it doesn't really affect him as much as some people want to believe. I think maybe if Buff had a different personality, it may be different, but I don't think that's the case, right? I think that what we're seeing is a subtleness between Nerd and Tech Talk, but if it's just really just Buff, I don't think it really matters. I think Buff would just play into it. Though, you may think, oh, is it going to be like similar to Yo Mama? I don't think so. I think that Yo Mama and One Buff actually seriously have a lot of beef. But that's more due to something completely different than it is, let's say, maybe between Nerds and Tech Talk. But that's how I see it. But we got to keep moving on.
Okay. So I was going to reach out, or I was trying to reach out to Copper, but Copper has his settings where you can't reach out to him unless you are actually friends with him on the Discord. So I sent him a friend request and I told him in Maine, I sent you a friend request. I just wanted to ask you a question. You can unfriend me after. And the reason I said that, I wasn't being rude, even though technically I guess we're co-workers. He has a wife. I didn't, if you want to unfollow me after that, that's fine. I was trying to be respectful. Okay.
Right, because one of the rules in the Discord is to ask somebody before you DM them or add them as a friend. Sorry.
Yep. So I did that, and I caught hell. Let's just say I caught hell.
He fucking called her the fuck out in the Discord, and that's one thing with coppers. You don't know which copper you're getting. Because, I think literally the night before he was like, Chubby's on my preferred channels list or something like that. So it's like, okay, yeah, there you go.
Like the night before or the day before, he had done added Chubby's to his preferred list on for your channels. He's been up here. He's really never said anything too bad about Chubby. And I was wanting to do an interview style,
I feel like trying to communicate to Copper would just be a headache. But I always wonder how much of it is just like him just pretending to go crazy. Because I feel like, I believe quoting Zay, but not exactly word to word with Zay. I think how much of Copper is real and how much of it is fake. How much of it is just him just playing a character. Like, I think the DM stuff, it could just be him just going into his character and he doesn't know how to break character. I mean, to me, all of it was just like, oh, it's pretty crazy. I mean, communicating to him would be pretty nut. But then again, I'm like, well, how much of it again is just him playing a character. And I think I wonder within the LCU, it's like if they know you're not playing if they know you're playing a character, but you've been playing for so long that character becomes real. And I think it's less of an LCU thing and more of just a general thing. If you've been playing a character for so long, how much real is that person, I guess? Now, for Andy, hopefully I got your name right, wanting an interview style with Cooper would be pretty cool. I mean, I think that's why we're getting... I mean, besides this video comes up, the stream between... the interview between Chubby and Savage should be coming out, and same thing with the interview between Roxy and Savage. So, it's a lot of work going on with really no positive break. But I do wonder how an interview style with Cooper would be like. I mean, first off, it would be early in the morning. So is he still going to be in character? And if he is, how much is he before he starts to like kind of crack, before he starts to break? Or is this just who he is truly deep down? But we'll never know. Or maybe we do know, but it's maybe fun to not know. Or not fun, or maybe it isn't fun to break the illusion of it.
Jesus.
Sorry, I had to.
I know. So Ivixie said, that's certainly around getting paid is a huge concern. I still can't wrap my head around Roxy and Savage not getting paid. And then she came back and said, FYI, Ivixie is getting paid. And she's already been told this. I owe her around $780. She knows the exact numbers getting paid September the 1st. Yes, $800 for 6 hours of easy work. Imagine complaining when you made a cool $800 for less than a day's work. Roxy and Savage are still not getting paid, or not getting paid, were a separate issue. There was fraud involved.
Wow. Wait, so she's like confused as to why Ivixie was complaining about like not knowing whether or not she was going to get paid. Who fucking cares the amount of money, bro? You literally had an agreement with her.
Yeah.
The fuck? Like, so, even if it was $1, she'd be like, bitch, better have my money. Like, the fuck?
So the funny part is, I don't know how New York works, but the funny part is if you want to claim fraud and go to small claims court and all that shit, you have to prove your claim of fraud. That's what you have to do. And she was saying, like, she makes more money without them there. But then she also wants to claim damages.
He is a damage to society.
Straight up, bro.
And my sanity. Jesus.
Fucking dumb.
That's so fucked up. Yeah, they're not going to get paid because of fraud. Okay. All right, bitch. Let's see how that goes out. Let's see how that works out for you.
Yeah.
It's not.
So if y'all don't know, Trump announces a federal takeover of DC police and mobilization.
I think the whole thing about Becky and that whole fraud situation won't, you know, I guess how I see it, it won't go how she wanted to go. It's because New York courts are aggressive, especially depending on the lawyers and depending on the connection you have. This can easily be something that dragged out for weeks to months. And I think maybe Roxy could probably, you know, sustain those losses for a bit of time, because sometimes people do go to court even though they could settle for the opportunity of bleeding the opposition out. Where I think Becky Hughes, or let's say this, her only source of income is really this. She doesn't really have many options but to take a loss. Like, just pay them because you're not going to win. She's essentially trying to pull the Ben Thorpe situation, a Ben Thorpe move of winning, right? I don't know. I just see that just pay the people, right? Because the more you don't, the more people just don't like you. Or I think she's hoping that this becomes a memory hole situation where, oh, doesn't she owe money? It's like, yeah, but that's so long time ago. But like, that still is something that's still going to be afflicted upon her. But you know, it is what it is, I guess. Well, not really. It is what it is. More like, do the one good thing you can easily do to gain your reputation. But I think at this point, it doesn't matter. I think she cares more about the bad drama than the actual any type of good reputation. That's just my honest opinion. At this point.
Is she also an ugly fat bitch? Bro.
Sorry, I had to say.
I love my sister, but she knows she is. I love my sister, but she knows she is. Like, that's my girl, that's my sister, but she knows what she looks like outside of the VTubing.
So I feel
Ew.
Dean with the 199, they're all old men. Beautiful. Thank you
Gorgeous.
so much.
Love it.
Thank you so much, Dean. You are doing good, Michelangelo. Beautiful. I'm glad to hear that, bro. So that's
Hell yeah.
So that's the other thing too, is she said her sister's a fat, ugly bitch, right? Those are the words being said, so that's what I'm saying. I'm not calling her that. That's the words used. So I feel like people that are insecure with how they look, or they're insecure with, how they present themselves, that's why they go into VTubing, because they don't want to be them true selves. And like I said it yesterday too, you want to be able to have some sort of other identity so you could do the other shit and do the weird shit. So that way, when you come out of that identity, you're not that same person. It just seems like a weird way to kind of have like split personalities. That's, again, how I see it.
Yeah, because I mean, I keep seeing people, like, you remember that one video I brought up here where it was like the furries in the fucking VR chat? Like the VR room, and they're like role playing, like being allergic to tomatoes and shit, and like all of this other ridiculous shit. What the hell is going on here?
And that's the other thing too, with the role playing. It's like there's always going to be someone that takes it too far. There's always going to be someone that has issues, So it's like, what the hell's the point? It's just,
we all have issues, I guess. In our own different ways.
So Freeze Blood, the Gooner report sounds epic. Imagine Ken caught them Gooners on camera. So we actually have a thing. We had a thing called the Gooner report.
I understand where Ken is coming from, but I think the reason why some people go into VTubing is a number of factors. Honestly, I think it's no different than some people who create a character on YouTube and just go with it. I mean, like, you can say that we saw that with Boogie, right? Some extent with Wings, right? Some extent with even Keen and any other people, right? Now, as somebody who really enjoy the whole media of VTubing, I think it just depends on person to person, really. I think for a lot of people, it's like a sort of form of anonymity, a layer of it, right, where they can just protect themselves rather than needing to show this face. Because I think there's something else I think that needs to be kind of more discussed. It's sort of like the whole thing with anonymity. Is it important to show your face? Is it not important to show your face, right? Stuff of that caliber. I've heard people that they usually disregard people's opinion if they don't show their face, and I've heard the opposite. So to me, it's like up there. Now they do cover other drama relating to nerds and tests, which is always going to be a thing. Stuff relating to Gigi, but I think this one particularly caught my interest is mostly because it's VTubing. But I think it's like the whole split personality. I actually kind of see that, but I think I wouldn't say it's necessarily split personality. It's more like you're picking a personality that already existed and you're just kind of amplifying. But at the same time, I would also even say that depending on the agency, they'll give you a personality and you got to work with it. Whether the personality matches something that's already there in you or not, it's up in the air. And I think that's something you got to kind of take, notes of.
That the mountains are threatening people to smack people and not talk and that, but we're not talking about Testlandia. Testlandia is off topic. It's been quarantined. And I will keep you updated when it comes to our further graphics. Okay, I know everybody's like, where's the drama? Where's everything? We're getting into it. I promise you, we're getting into it. Zay, do you want to get back into this copper cap, because that really gets back to Ginger.
Yes.
Gingtopia is right next to Nerdlandia.
So I need one thing.
Our borders cross each other.
I sent 6 pictures to the docket earlier. You'll see them. They're like literally 6 all together. Can you just forward them into the live on air here?
I got you right here.
Thank you. So.
Oh my God.
I don't know. I thought Copper hated me. All of a sudden, he apologized to me yesterday. And then in Maine, he was saying he wanted me as his co-host. Now, we all know Copper. He trolls a lot. Okay, so I'm taking all of this with a grain of salt. But here's what was said. Wait, where does it start? Where does it start? I don't even know. Okay. Yeah, this is the first one. Zay is the only person I'll have as a co-host after this month is over. I think Zay is chill, so I'm gonna have her as my new co-host. And then it's decided. Congratulations, Zay. You're leveling up. Oh yeah, this was the very first one. At Zay Zooted, please come be my new co-host. And I responded, and I said that I think him and Sweet Tea are magical, you know? I think they could cook it up. And he said he wants a co-host with more teeth. And I said, what if we get her dentures? Okay, I was
No, I think Cooper is just playing here. Whether or not he wants... Well, actually, I don't know how true that is. It'd be pretty funny to see Zay, even if it's just like a one-time thing with Cooper. Because I think a part of her would be like, okay, how real is this person, or how fake is this person, and how much should I play into it, or how much should I not play into it? I think that would actually be funny, especially if she's like does like a clown makeup thing. Because all the clowns. Yeah, take that as it is. To me, that would be extremely hilarious, extremely funny to watch and see that happen. So that would be an interesting thing for me personally, you know. But even so, I think another thing that matters is how far can she go with Cooper? There's something else I want to see. Something else that I must see myself. I must see this.
Infinite brooms.
I'm not, though. I'm saying from the perspective of you don't know which one, if they have, like, I don't know. I feel like we're just making too many assumptions, because the last thing I heard is that they're supposed to be going on a second date.
Bro, I love every time that I talk about how she did. Like, when you act like I'm sitting here defending every fucking thing that CD does.
No, I
CD
didn't.
fucked up. No.
I just feel like you attack Lacey for everything she does.
Because
no matter what it is.
she did. Okay, all right, bet. All right.
I feel like she can't do anything right. Whether she would have, if she would have came on and gushed about the date like you just said that she should have done, she genuinely would have been criticized by you the same way, because you would have said she's doing that to chase clout. Like, no matter what way she would have came on and talked about it, you would have said that. And I think that's why they're choosing to keep it more private now.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Explain more. I grab something real quick. Go explain.
Okay, so he's gonna go grab a broom and what? Like, to me, it's stupid. Like, I don't know. There's no way that she could have talked about it where you would have not been negative about it. You constantly hate on her no matter what she does. You don't give her the, like, let's say CD didn't have a good time on the date. He chose to not take things further. What's your perspective then? Is CD in the wrong? He's supposed to come on and gush and say he had an amazing, great time about it? No, you're not putting that standard on him. You're only putting that standard on her. I just don't really understand.
Bankai. Senbroom Bakura. Kageyoshi.
But you don't have anything to say back to what I'm actually saying, other than just saying fucking brooms. I'm like asking you to actually have a conversation.
It's just like my whole thing that I'm always on this crusade about is, it's like, I'm just imagining if poor Sweet Beans was still here, right? They went on a big date like they said they were going to do, right? And all this, and it went the same way that she's doing it. Beans would be torn absolutely apart. I'm saying is like, she did not play this safe. And let me go on events. Is CD into her anymore? No. You want to know why? Because his whole thing has overstimulated him. He's been done literally before the date even happened. He was so smiley when she showed up. He was so happy. But after the date, there was no more smiles. There was no more. You want to know? Because he realized during that date that the way she acted, her body posture, everything was completely fake. And it's nothing wrong with that.
How do you know that? Did CD ever say that? Has CD ever said that? Ask CD. Like, genuinely, if CD says that, sure, fine.
Now, to give Zay credit, they are friends, but I also think that there's a little bit of truth on both of them, but maybe from different things. I kind of find it funny that sometimes one buff will call somebody an incel, but kind of in himself will act like an incel. Not necessarily and before I go further, I think that every so often incels do make a good case or a good point that you should be willing to look into. But, you know, it is what it is. But maybe that's being too harsh on Buff. I think I'm being a little too buff. Because I think in a way that we don't know what's happening behind the scenes between CD-ROM and the girl. I still can't remember her name, and I feel like an asshole. But nevertheless, I think we don't know the situation. We don't know what it was like after the date, so we can't even decide. Mind you, like, but also how you are at work is not the same how you are in real life, and I think they're both trying to keep a level of professionalism on stream versus in public or in private. So there is a clear difference. And when I mean in public, I mean like in their own public life, right? Their private life, I guess. You want to use that word. Now, on Zayn, I think she's also sort of correct. We don't know, right? It sort of goes back and forth on which you think is correct or which of these two you think has a valid point. But we won't know until, I don't know, CD-ROM says something. Because if it's true they have a second date going on after this, well, then that kind of that disproves everything Buff has said. Alright. On the other hand, if it isn't, then it disproves everything that Zay says. It's one of those things that we don't know enough information to make a good judgment call. We just don't. On the other hand, not really. I mean, one of the things I would say about this particular situation is sort of the way Buff is acting. I don't know. I think in this moment, if somebody was doing something like this, I personally would actually get a little furious because I'm like, all right, dude, I'm trying to have a serious conversation. Don't grab your little sword. Like, it's funny here and there, but like, focus on the topic on hand. And I mean, he did. It's not like he didn't. It's just in this moment, it was just like really bad, dude. It's really a little bit bad because you can understand where he's coming from, and you can understand where Zay is coming from. But in the end, it's like, well, who are you willing to side with the most? But you won't know until one of the two, CD-ROM or else, say something. Let's move on.
You could just fucking play a game and have people making you do it. You know what I mean? I just think it's a good idea to kill some time.
I just won't play his games. Here it is again. They went back to the same argument, got kicked, went back to the same argument. He just want to play his video games. Watch this.
The ones that the audience were interested in talking about, but every single time I brought up something that the audience wanted to talk about today, you just started rambling about how much you wanted to extend the stream more.
I love how you picked up that audience as a shield so quickly, and then you denounce it when I try to use it.
They asked to talk about the veto shit, and I bring it up.
I did. It was no, that was interesting.
Every time I keep trying to talk about it, you shut it down every single time.
Oh, well, I wouldn't say shut. I wouldn't say. I wouldn't say shut it. I wouldn't say shut it down. I would say talk over it, rambling. Like, yeah, I agree with that. I do that.
No. You do this every time. And then you want to say everything I bring up is boring. Why would I keep trying to bring it up, Buff? Bring up the content you want to bring up. Go ahead.
I didn't say everything was boring. Now you're just twisting it. I know you're upset.
That's how you
don't have to lie.
reacted to everybody's
This all happened.
Today. Whether you called it boring or didn't,
this
you
all
won't
happened.
talk about anything I bring to the table.
What do you mean? I talked about the Dick Masterson shit the whole time. What are you talking about?
I literally had to stop and literally say, will everyone watch this clip? Go back and play the stream, bro.
No, this is true.
You literally talked over me to the point that I had to scream at everybody to say, let's just watch the clip. And you do that.
No, I agree with
that.
No, I do. I definitely agree. I do interrupt that shit. And especially when it comes to these longer streams, I do feel like I have more of a freedom just to like off trail and derail, and obviously that's bothering you. And if that me like just like I'm just no
and derail, but when I'm talking about something is when you always do it. Like off trail and derail when we're just like in these moments when we have nothing the fuck going on. I don't care when you do that shit. But when I feel like I'm bringing something to the table I actually really wanted to talk about today, and then you do that shit, I'm just like, fuck you. Like, what the fuck? Because I let you go about whatever the fuck you want to talk about so much recently. I've been trying so hard not to interrupt your segments because I want to make sure you're getting to do everything that you want to do. But then you stop bringing segments.
So he want to play video games.
Yeah, no, I get it, and like I get the frustration. The problem is they're doing like extension streams. It gets to a certain point where you're like so tired and on edge, you'll butt heads with each other. It will happen. Me and Graham had it countless times as well, where we were just like fucking. We would butt heads. One, I think it was the second extension stream we did where we really butted heads. It was something so fucking stupid, by the way. But it's just like when you're so tired and you're like, I can't, and you have the realization, I can't just go to bed right now. I have to do this. Like I've committed.
Yeah,
like, that's what the point of the punishment is, right?
But what I'm saying is, we're talking about he just wants to play video. He wants to play video games. Yeah. She says no. I'm gonna shut that shit down. No,
I think,
but it's an equal opportunity. It's an equal. Like if you want to do it, all right. I got some reserves about it, but hey, it's equal show. You could do it on whenever you want to do it. Blah, blah. I'm not gonna boot you from the goddamn show and say, this not. You're not gonna be able to do it. I mean, again, like I said,
crazy though. He called her an OBS monkey. That's kind of like damn, like that's testing gangster right there.
I said that and I got ridiculed for it. I said all she good is using OBS and availability, but I got ridiculed.
You're saying him when he says it though. It's like that's tested gangster. Right there. Like, you know what I mean? Like he tested gangster. And she's like, okay, I'll show you what a good OBS monkey. Like dude, she all through. I kind of respect him. Not gonna lie. Like this is what I will say. I think she took what Keem originally said about gaming to like close. Like she took it very personal. She's like, well, no more gaming. We're never gonna do gaming.
No, it had nothing to do with Keem, dude.
No. What I'm saying, no. The reason why she doesn't want him to game.
No, that's not the reason.
Well, I think that's one of the reasons. Definitely, that definitely is a contributor. She is a yes man for Keem. Like she does listen to everything that Keem says and takes what Keem says as gospel. Keem has many occasions said that gaming streams. Oh wait, just hear me out. Keem has literally said on many occasions that he doesn't like gaming streams. He really doesn't like them. He thinks they're a waste of time and energy. And he also he made a dig at like me and Buff for doing it on the weekend. But but also like I think she took that very closely, and that's a massive contributor to why she thinks that, which is fair. I get it because that's what your boss is saying. You're gonna want to please your boss, right? But I also think she needs to remember the fact that me, fucking Ultra, and Josh proved fucking Keem massively fucking wrong when he listened in on one of our gaming streams that we did together, and he fucking complimented the fuck out of it and said he really enjoyed it, and there's the reason why those two actually got fucking hired because of that gaming stream. That's genuinely the reason that they got hired in the end was that gaming stream. Yo, mom, you there? You froze. Oh, right, you were there.
Yeah, no, I'm listening, but I'm just saying, like, you're making it. She didn't want him to do it. Period. He wants to do it. Yeah. She don't want it. But and it's about and then she makes every excuse. She makes every excuse in the world why it won't work. The vision won't work. The look of it won't work. This won't work. You can't do it. Do Discord. And then he's like, no, yeah, you can. I mean, me and Nightmare did it. We did it just fine, and it looked good. But no, it ain't gonna do. You know what I mean? She's nitpicking on what it is that it won't work, and she doesn't want him to do it. Basically, you know what I mean? So I mean, and then they go.
Wait. Okay. I was with you for a second until you started saying that last fucking thing. Hold on. I shut up and I'll let you talk. Let me finish. I shut up and let you talk. Let me finish. So, when you said that, like lately, I see that you have been like letting me sit back and like go on my more rants, going more derailed, and giving me more freedom. I agree with that, and I appreciate that. And like, I will admit, I've been like running over you lately. I've been trying to make sure that I say the things I need to say and make the jokes I need to joke. And
go ahead.
I was gonna say, it just sounds like they're like butting heads in a way that they're eventually gonna come to a resolution. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like this is the thing. Like doing these type of streams is.
I think no matter what issue that Buff and Zay do have with each other, and even if they do resolve it, they're always gonna butt head. I think it just comes down to personality, mannerism, and so on, and also just how they operate as content creators and how much they're willing to listen to Keemstar. I think what Nightmare said is true. I think Nightmare said it's very, very true that like she is adjustment. She listens to Keem. She listens to him no matter what, even if the slight amount of criticism. On the which is very funny in other moments, but I think those moments are different than what we're talking about. On the other hand, I think your mom is sort of correct. It is sort of a controlled thing. It is sort of a controlled situation. I mean, why hasn't Buff done OBS by now? Why hasn't Buff operated OBS? He had his time. He had his, he had enough time now to learn OBS. Even if he's not the most quickest on the sheet about it, he has more time about it. I mean, not time about it. He has more time to already learn. But again, like, we've seen the butt heads a number of times. We've seen them resolve it. We've seen them literally crash out on each other a number of times. But I think but also, what Nightmare said is true. That they've been streaming for so long. They've been streaming for so many hours without really pause or break that you're going to get into a conflict, right? Because there is a difference between just streaming for, like, let's say 2 hours, 4 hours, compared to streaming back to back without no pause or break, right? Or is it something, something I gotta eventually have to do myself, where I gotta stream for? I mean, I already done that, right? I've done long, multi-hour stream, Nightmare said, like, they usually resolve it. They usually resolve their issues on stream, so it's really not much of an issue if you really think about it. I don't know, I just see this as, I simply see this as they have issues that they resolve on stream, but it's still going to be something that's going to keep popping up here and there. But if you're doing a long stream, the fighting with your co-host is just part of it, right? I don't know. But the whole gaming thing is like, who cares? Just let them do it. It's just, let them enjoy that, right? Even if he only does it for an hour or two. Even if Keem says, like, well, I don't want gaming stream. If you're doing something for so many hours, you gotta break it up. I mean, hell, you can take that time to rest. You can take that time to go out for a little bit and just do something. I don't know. I feel like in this situation, I would have taken advantage of it. Like, all right, do your gaming stream for a couple hours, right? Do it for 2 or 3 hours. Let me take a moment to rest. Let me sleep. Let me go get some food, right? That's what I would have done, in my honest opinion.
Shit like that for goals, so that you don't have to have fucking boring text. That's what we do in our fucking meetings. We talk about ideas like this.
Yeah.
No one gives a shit about you guys.
We talk about work. If we cared about you guys, we would talk about you guys. We don't.
Just fucking over it, dude.
Because you're boring as fuck. Nerds did steal our map.
They did.
I don't really know what I can say here without making this less than 30 seconds, so I'll try to do that. I mean, if you want my opinion of the future of balls, I think whatever they're doing now, even if I'm not into it as much, I think it's perfectly fine. I don't know. There's just not much I can do or care enough for balls, so it is what it is. Let's move on.
Kind of baby. Don't make me laugh. It's taking all of the energy I don't have. I laugh at death and bad things that make me feel awkward. Stop it. Stop it.
Okay, wait. She laughs at death and bad things that make her feel awkward. Okay, and then you created a lie that me, Rastoff, and Boogie laughed at your dead uncle. Like, it's the math is not mathing.
Just in case we have more Becky content. Lock in! We're doing a show! Oh, I'm locked in. Don't worry about it.
I love that blanket. It looks so comfy.
Oh, yeah, we got it. It's just got it in the mail. It's cow themed. I don't know if you appreciate that kind of thing, Keem.
Oh, yeah.
But go ahead. Let's get some more Becky stuff going.
Boogie, get rid of that right now.
No comfort. No comfort.
Boogie, I am not doing this. Boogie, you're driving me insane. Like, I'm going to quit, dude. I don't need to do the show.
Do you think we could talk a little bit less Becky shit?
Boogie,
is that a deal?
Boogie, I will go
pay me, and that was some fucking bullshit. But every time, normally they will pay you your money. There was one time where I was working for a coffee shop, and they didn't fucking pay me for like 2 weeks.
Becky is, so I'm going to respond.
Okay, so are you saying that because somebody is a lol cow that murder can't be involved? Because first of all, once again, I never accused him of murder. Second of all, are you even aware of
what?
Now, there's another clip you should play back to this one, where she literally says he almost killed her in the same show. So right there it says Becky goes on to say he almost killed me. Play them back to back because that's fucking hysterical.
Bitch is huffing crazy motherfucker juice. What the hell? What the hell?
What is the other clip I'm looking for? What is it? Kyle Todd.
Becky goes on to say he almost killed me.
I don't see that.
Dad laughed super chat $21.67. Boogie, don't you find it Rich Keen yelled at you to train your dog? Yet your dogs are alive while his got hit by car because he did not train it.
Shut the fuck up!
Using a VPN connecting to Japan works for the ID issue, and it is fast.
And fuck you.
Nail Slammer super chatted $19.99. No bigger lies. This account was blocked from super chatting. Not watching or chatting. I have nothing to hide, so I gave them what they wanted and I'm back now. Money mouth face, tears of joy, tears of joy, tears of joy.
Okay, here we go. Here's the clip. People of murder right now, but Becky is, so I'm going to respond.
Okay, so are you saying that because somebody is a lol cow?
This is the same clip, Buggy. You said 10 down?
Well, there's one all the way at the bottom. Becky realizes that she did say he tried to murder her and she backpedals. And then
so
there was
at
another
the bottom,
one, which again,
this is the one that you want? Okay.
Murder me that night by strangling me? Oh, I did say tried to murder me. Okay, so I did say that. So, okay, good. I'm really glad I stayed long enough to see that. Okay.
Yeah, I'm real glad I stayed long enough to see my own bullshit play out right in front of my eyes.
Yeah.
To make myself look retarded.
Okay.
And so this goes along with a lot of what I said about her.
Tried to murder me. I will be very clear. I explained it before, but I'll be very clear again in case anybody wants to clip this. I was drugged. His hand was around my throat and he was choking me. Instead of saying tried to murder me, I should have said tried to kill me. I used.
What is the fucking difference? What?
I think what makes it so interesting with Becky is that as time goes on, her number slowly dwindles because this stuff comes out more and more out of her mouth. Now, again, I'm going to have to read it. You know what I mean? Say that though I wasn't there, I don't think she was violated or anything like that. And I think her just bringing this up is sort of like a last Hail Mary, thinking that this will stop. But in reality, this is actually just drawing more and more hate towards her and less support. If anything, not saying she won't lose support completely, but it won't be as much as she previously thought, to the point where, I mean, given maybe bar from a few people, she more or less will become just very irrelevant. Not irrelevant, but she'll just be like this small locale within a bigger pond of locale. Even though she has more subscribers, and I guess she has a more bigger audience in sense of the LCU is a pretty big audience, she isn't really that entertaining of a locale bar from right now, compared to, let's say, Nova Online or King Cobra or other similar locales. I think if anything, her time in the limelight, it's more or less it will be dwindling. And then eventually that her localist mentality, it just no one's just gonna care. And the support she has now is just slowly going to have to walk away from her. But, you know, that's just my honest opinion. Now, for her to accuse of a heinous act like this, it's just very bizarre. I mean, why? And again, I think it's just her last Hail Mary trying to discredit the LCU, but at this point, she's just discrediting herself more and more and more. Like, if he really was going to commit an act like that, why didn't he report it? I know there is that, well, not every abusee reports the case. Well, they end up, ending in Minecraft. most of the time. So, you know what I mean? And I think at this point, it's, again, like, whatever little support she has, it's just, that's it. She just has very little support. Let's move on.
Drake the Dope Pope, thank you for showing up, darling. I appreciate you a lot. I don't think we can. I'm gonna leave all that. Devil Effect, thank you so much for 5 gift. We are almost torturing him again. Let me see. We're at 30. Are we at 40 yet? What's it at? Y'all should see it. 37. All right, 37. At 50, he gets tortured again, whether it's flour or whatever Tina decides. I think maybe a beer. I think a beer would be good. Yeah, L's are our thing. We love L's. We love L's here. We love L's. We're rejects. You started it, right?
Yeah. Yes.
But we also love Rewind. I want to make that crystal clear. Don't expect Rewind to cover when we're doing shitty stuff.
You want me to do it? I'll leave. I'll get those 63. Watch and see what I say. You guys say I can't get them?
You can't get them.
Okay. All right. Watch. All right.
I'll
she
shut
did
up.
the same thing last night.
The jummies.
Everybody listen. There's pickles. There's, I don't know what kind of juice. Pineapple juice. There's fucking bleach. Beer. There's beer.
So, yes. I mean, stuff like this kind of makes the case that is the reason why Rewind doesn't cover Queens. I feel like if I was watching this, I'm like, alright, this is fun and all, and people probably enjoy torturing Mike. At the same time, it really does prove Xylee's whole point of, like, it's just the same stuff over and over and over again with Queens. There's nothing new. It's just equivalent of throwing the pie in your face, but with more extra steps. It's like, again, it proves what Xylee says about Queen, that it's just been the same thing over and over. And again, I'm not saying that it's necessarily a bad thing, right? And what I'm trying to say is that you can't really blame her for not wanting to cover something that she's already covered for, like, how many times? And she's just sick of the same routine. Even if this was something great, that's what's kind of enjoyable watching Mike getting tortured. It's just, like, not helping her case.
Credit is due.
You got credit card?
That sounds really good.
You got credit?
Because I remember this weekend, right? When you guys did y'all show this weekend. Remember that?
This weekend.
Let me show y'all.
What we got?
Y'all did y'all show. Y'all did y'all show this weekend. Let me show y'all. Y'all did this weekend. Right?
Yeah.
That was y'all with the balloon thing?
Yeah.
But I'm kind of confused. Cause didn't Savage do that before you did it?
Wait, Yo Mama, I have no idea because I don't watch Savage. But you know what? You think? Wait, Yo Mama, hold on. Yo Mama, hold on. Yo Mama, hold on. Huh? Do you think Savage was the first person to ever use balloons on a live stream?
Yeah, like ideas and stuff.
You think he invented that?
Ideas. My bad. I didn't know. Savage.
Did that. I don't
Savage. Thank you for inventing popping balloons. What's your point, Yo Mama?
I was just
saying.
You was just saying Savage invented popping balloons, right? She invented.
Now, to be quite fair, I mean, I really do enjoy Joe Mama, especially when he pops into Rewind, because it helps Rewind. It breaks up a lot of the monotony that I find in Rewind lately. Where, sorry. Now, yes, credit is credit due, in the sense that Savage wasn't the first to do the whole balloon popping. She wasn't. At the same time, I would also say, well, you gotta at least get it from somewhere. It's like if I start to do walking stream, and then, yeah, you could say other people do walking stream, but I'm also gonna probably say that, oh yeah, it was heavily inspired by, let's say, Ruby or Dalmatian Dog. Shout out to them. Or other people of similar caliber. It's like, well, you gotta get your inspiration from somewhere, right? You gotta get the idea from somewhere. Yeah, obviously they're not the first to pop bubbles, but like you can't also lie or at least deny that you got it somewhere. You even if you didn't watch the show, you at least seen clips or seen people talk about it and like, oh, probably that's a good idea. You can't, you know. I'm not saying Xylee is lying completely, but I say that he's at least being dishonest. And obviously, Billy, giving him credit, he is defending her. But also to, as Xylee say, like, well, obviously, Sabbath wasn't the first to invent bubble popping, but it's like, not bubble popping, popping balloons. But it's like, well, it is very eerily similar. I don't know. I'm not trying to give too much crap to Rewind. But then again, I think Rewind does need someone like Yo Mama to come in every so often and cause a little bit of drama. Just so Rewind can be up and up.
Good.
Working.
I hope that there's 0 viewers. In fact, everyone watching, leave now.
Leave now while you still can.
Leave now. I'm gonna sit here. Enjoy the show. Ha fucking ha. Who gives a flying fuck if y'all are watching?
People are screaming that we lost 500 viewers.
Honestly, I hope so. I hope so. And by the way, when I say that, I'm being serious. I don't care.
Bro, get off your Walmart Wi-Fi and fix the stream. No wonder your girl gets neggy online, can't even get good internet.
Don't talk about my wife!
Lagging like crazy.
Fuck off, Purple! Fuck off, Purple! Fuck off!
Your wife wouldn't be considered a public figure, would she? Because she's never on anything.
No, she's not a public figure. They're literally being weird. My wife does not have an OnlyFans.
Okay, did you have one just for a joke?
First of all, that startled the fuck out of me. That dog.
Can't message me in the Discord and you do have telepathic abilities, just message me in my brain and we'll get this all worked out.
I am so glad we didn't do any kind of coverage like this when you guys were here, because I would have fell asleep.
Tina, be nice.
I am, sir. I love you guys. I'm here, and
She's being honest. I respect it. Tina, what type of shit do you want to talk about tonight?
I don't talk about shit. Let's jump around. Jump around. Jump up
around.
And get down.
Jump around.
Get down.
Jump up and get down. Oh shit. I just hit the back button on accident. All right, here we go. I'm playing the call. Are you ready?
Yes.
3, 2, 1.
We proceed towards it more slowly.
Sorry, I'm putting the volume for I have a really bad ear because I got sick, like you can hear from my voice. It's hard to hear anything at all. But I could hear you now. Go ahead.
She's a bullshit.
Pause it for a second.
But she's not. Give me 1 second. I've got to move some screen.
And we're at the end of it all. Now, obviously, Dringer didn't go for that long. Looks like it only went for like 40 minutes, unless my eyes are so damaged right now that it looks like 40 minutes and they went for 2 hours. I don't know. On the opposite end, I do find it fun to see Tina in a different environment than Queens. Right? I think it's always interesting to see a host in a different show and see how they react to the other hosts and what they're covering. Right? We even saw Billy, and obviously I think Billy actually has some type of connection to Christian, if I remember correctly. Now, in this situation, this little funny case about the Christian stuff, I think they plan to get some type of interview with one of them, or at least with Christian, which would be really entertaining. Honestly, it would be a shocker that if Ozzy gets an interview with Christian before Locale Live. Because Christian is probably one of the most notorious locals who ever exists on the internet. So for me, if they actually able to get Christian on stream, I will donate like at least $10 to see that happen. I will personally donate $10 if they can get Christian on stream. Because to me, that's pretty fun. That's pretty fun. I guess we're at the end. Till next time, God bless.